All right, so to continue the ledge, we're going to go into edit mode. Let's get onto side view real quick. Come on, there we go. So I'm going to select all of these ones here. I'm going to go to top view, and I'll press Shift and D to duplicate. I'm going to move it all the way here, rotate it 90 degrees in the Z axis, like that. So let's get onto this side and let's move this. Before we do anything else, let's move this whole thing down a little bit. I think it's too much high. So let's get onto the side view. I'm going to take it from here all the way to all the way to the front. Okay, let me hold on Shift first. Yeah, all the way to the front like that. I'm going to press G and then Z. I want to move it down to about here. Deselect this one. Press G and then Z. Move that down even further. Let me go over to the front view and make sure. Yeah. So I think that is looking good. You can see there's just a tiny gap over here between the door, the frame and the actual door here. So let me take. Okay, let's undo. Yeah, I think that will be best. So we'll keep it here instead. Okay, because you can see the line here for the middle ledge over here. The line, you can see that line showing over there. So we want it to fall right on top of it, which it does now. So let's get onto top view again, and I'm going to take this one right here. Press L, select everything. Press E and then X, move this all the way here. And now let's take all of this, let's move it till it meets in the center like that. So let's take this now. I'm going to move this forward. You can see this is the cutout. So let's press G and then let's move that all the way to the cutout over here like this. So I'm going to get into solid, and just as we were doing with the others, we're going to make sure it doesn't go into the body. So let's just take this one. Let's make sure that one doesn't stick through either, which it does at the moment. So I'm just going to pull it out and take a look. So I'm going to pull it out until it gets here. Now let's add in more loop cuts. So I'm going to add in 5 loop cuts like that. I'm going to get down here again. Take this one. I'm going to move it in the y-axis to there. Take this one next. Move it in the y-axis to there. This one is next. So just do that for each and every single one of the edges. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. And yeah. No, there's still one more. So let's do this as well. Pull it out just a little bit like that. Alright, so let's select everything. I think the normals are flipped, so press Shift and then to recalculate the normals like that. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here. Yeah, so press Ctrl and R through here, press E and then F to align with the right side and move it close in like that. Put one more in the middle. Do the same thing with this one right here. Pull it very close to it. Sorry. Like that, and add one more in the middle. Like that. So with that done, we're going to press Object. We're going to click on Object and choose Shade Smooth. So this one can shade smooth as well. Alright. So that is looking good so far. Now all that is left is the one in the middle. Before we do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to press F, and then I'll press I to insert the faces like this. You can see it inserts all around. We don't want that, so I'm going to disable or disable boundary, so it goes all the way to the end like that. Let me minimize that real quick. I'm going to add in one more again, like that. So that gives us that nice sharp edge there. I'm going to do the same thing with this side. F, insert it a little bit like that, and insert it one more like that. So that is looking good. Alright, so all that is left, we're going to take let's take all of these ones here. Okay, I'm going to press Shift and D and move it in the Y-axis a little bit like that. And I'm going to scale this one down because as you can see in the reference image, it's slightly smaller than the main thing. So what I'm going to do is, instead of scaling it down, let me just put one in here. And I'll delete the outermost one like that. So that makes it a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll just make it a touch more smaller. Let me see. Let me dissolve this edge, put it in the middle. Let me add another one here and delete these vertices. Now I'll dissolve this one and put it in the middle like that. So let's hope we remember what we did back there and replicate it here. So I'm going to press Shift and D, move it in the X-axis a little bit. So I think what we did was we put one in here, and then we deleted the outermost one, dissolved this one, dissolved the edge, added in another one, put one in the middle, and delete this one, and we dissolve this and put one in the middle like that. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take all of the outermost one. Where is it? There we go. So we're going to take all of the outermost one. I'm going to press E and then X. I'm going to move it out to here like this. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Take the outermost one. Where are you? Yeah, that one. And press E and then Y. Extrude it all the way to there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this edge right here. Let me see. Yeah, so just take these two. We're going to take these two here. No. Yeah. So I'm going to press Shift and then D. And I'm going to deselect this one. I'm going to deselect this one. I'm going to move this down to this end right here. I'm getting to solid mode. Yeah, so I'll move it to the end right there. Let's go into wireframe. I'll just press G and move that over here. And I'll press E and extrude this all the way here. And E again. And I'll extrude it all the way down to here. Like that. So let's take all of those three and move it out to until all of them are showing like that. And now we're gonna align it with the edge over there. So let's press Ctrl and R3 here. I think we only need one in here. So I'll put that over here. Oh no, let's put in two. So two. Press G and move that over here. I think I'll only need one over here. So I'll move that up to here. I'm gonna move here. Let me see. Okay, let me move this in the y-axis a little bit back to about here. Let me press G and move it down a little bit like this. Let me just press Ctrl and R and add in 5 loop cuts. I'll just add one more in close to this one, like this. And the rest, I think, yeah, it goes nicely all the way to there. So I'll get onto the side now, take all of these, press Ctrl and I and hide the rest. Get onto the side, take everything. Make sure your snapping element is face, and make sure project individual element is enabled. Now press G and hold Ctrl and press enter. It should snap it onto the face of the door like that. So press Alt and H to bring everything back like that. And what do we do next? Let's do the same thing around here as well. So we're gonna take, let me hide. You know what? Let's separate these objects. That way things get easier for us. So I'll take all of these, press P and separate the selection. So I'll take this one now. Take the very innermost vertices here. This one and that one. I think those are the right one. Yeah. So those two, I'm going to press Shift and then D. And just like we did with the other side, we'll deselect this one. And let me move it in the y-axis very far, like this. And I'll get to the front view. I'm going to move it down to here. Okay, so it needs to follow this rounded edge here about the same uniform distance from each point. So let's press E, and I'm going to move that over here, and I'm going to press E again. Basically, let's just press E. So press E and extrude that all the way down. Let me move it in the y-axis up to here. Go over to the front view. I'm going to press G. Let me see where that ends. Okay, so it goes pretty far. So I'm going to move that down to about here, like this. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, let me get into front view. I'm going to press Ctrl and R and add in 5 loop cuts, like that. And let me see. I think we need, let me put one here and one also over here. So I'll just press G twice, slide this back, and then slide this down to here, like this. I think that is looking good. Or let me undo that. Let me put it in there like that. I think we might as well just leave it like that. It doesn't look bad. Let me put 2 in here instead. So these are all vertices. I'm going to put 2 in here. And let me just pull this one up. Pull this one up. I'm going to pull this here and down like this. So you can see that looks nice and rounded all around it. Like that. Alright. Though I think we may have used too much vertices. Let's just do this first and then we'll know what to do next. So select all of those ones, press Ctrl and I and hide them. just like we did with that side. We're going to press G, hold Control and press Enter. That is, you have snapping mode to be face in order for it to work like that. So press Alt and H to bring everything back. Now everything is snapping onto the surface. Now as I was saying, you can see right here, this vertex will match with this one. Now I'm going to press E and then Z. I'm going to move it here, and then the Y axis, and I'll move it in the X to here, and move it in the Y to here. Just move it back a little bit to about here like this. Okay, let me just pull it back a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to put one more in here. I'm going to move it in the X and then in the Y like this. In the X again. Move it back here. I'm going to move it out a little bit like that. So that should be good. I'm going to add in one more to match with this one. And I think this one already has its own, so I'll just slide this one down to match with this. Slide this one down to match with this. I'll do it for each and every single one of the vertex until they have a matching vertex next to them. This one takes that, and I think I'll match this with the one up here, and I'll add one more in here. Slide this down to meet it over here, and yeah, let me see. So this, and let me bring this down a little bit to here. Let me slide it up. No, let me just undo it, and let's put in 2 here instead. So I'm going to add in 2 edge loops. Get onto front view. I'm going to press G and pull this up to here like this. Press G, hold Control in order to make sure it snaps to the face like that. So that one takes this, this takes this, and that one takes that. So everything is looking great now. So all that we're going to do, I think this might actually be too much. So let's take all of these right here. Let's move it in the X axis, close to the very surface, like that. So to about here. Okay, so I just moved it forward a little bit. And now, just as we did again, let's get to front view. Press G, hold Control, and press Enter. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna take, let's take these ones instead, all the way to here. And no, let's deselect these. Let's take these ones also all the way to here, and press space and type in bridge. Select bridge edge loops. So you should bridge it nicely in the middle like that. Okay. So with that done, we're gonna press Ctrl and R through the middle, add in 2 loop cuts, and let's change the pivoting point to the transform orientation to normal, and then let's pull this in a normal Z axis out like that. So you can see how that is looking. We're achieving what we need right now. So I'm going to scale it. You can see it's in the X axis, so I'm going to press S and then press X twice. Was that it? S, X, okay. Press S and then X once. In 2.79 you would have to press the X twice, but it seems like in 2.8 you only have to press it once. So let's pull this. I don't know if that is too much, but I think it's good enough, like this. Yeah, I think it is. So let me just take this one. Let me change this thing back to global, the transform orientation, and I'll pull these ones out a little bit. I think they're too skinny down there. Alright, so that is looking good. Let me press object, and select shade smooth. So let's take a look at it. Alright, it's coming out nicely. So all that we have to do now, let's get in here. We're going to take all of these vertices here, and I'm going to press W and choose it's not here, so let's select it, bridge edge loops, and bring this menu up here, increase the number of cuts to, I don't know, say 4, and then drop the smoothness down to something reasonable. I don't know if that is good enough, but it might be. I'm sure it will be once we merge this with the one above. So let me see. Let's keep it there for now. We'll find out soon if it's good or not. I'll just take this one and I'll pull it back a little bit. Take this one, pull it back, and then out. Take this one, pull it out, and then back. And let me just pull this in even further. Take this one, pull it in even further, and add one in the middle here. Put one more in the middle here as well. Alright, so that is looking good. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna merge. Let me see. I think there's a matching this thing here for. A matching something for it to match with up here. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Let me take this one. I'll move it here and then out to about here. So this should be a good one. So I'm gonna press Ctrl and B and then bevel it out like this. I'll select this one, dissolve the edges. Select this one, dissolve the edges. I'm going to put one in between each of them. I'll pull this out in the y-axis, pull this out in that axis like that. Let me take a look at this one again. Yeah, so press Ctrl and B, and we'll bevel it like that. Move it in the Y and move it in the X, and a little bit more in the Y, like that. Nice. So I'm going to get in here. Let's change to face select mode. I'm going to select these faces here. I'm going to press X and delete the faces. So I'm going to change to vertex select mode now. Take 1, 2, 3, 4 and press F like that. Oh, I think we should rather have it come down a little bit, because you can see there's a bit of an edge over here. But you know what? Let's just keep it like that. So I'll just fill it in like that. Press Shift and N to recalculate the normals like that. And where is the next one going to merge? Let me see. Maybe if let me see. Okay, let me just press Ctrl and R3 here, and then let me just press E, and I'll bring it close to it like that. Do the same thing here, E and then F, bring it close to it like that. So you can see that it's coming out really nicely. Alright, so what do we do next? Let's delete all the vertices here, including this one. Let me get into wireframe, delete the vertices. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? Let's take all of these, and I'm not so sure, but I think the best idea would be to dissolve these edges in the middle here, like this. Let's dissolve these edges. Okay, and I'm going to take this and this, press Alt M, and then choose at last. Take this and this, press Shift and R to repeat that. Take this and this, press Shift and R to repeat that. So it might actually be looking good, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. This one needs to move all the way up here. So if that is the case, then it needs to merge with this one. So I'm going to take this to and press F like this. And we'll press Ctrl and R3 here. Move it up in the Z-axis, in the X-axis, and in the Y-axis a little bit as well. And move it in the X out like that. So what next? Yeah, let me see. If I press Ctrl and R3 here, add one in the middle here, or right here, and let's take these four and press F now. So now we're left with this side. We need to have a quad over here. But if I do this, this will be a strange quad. So I think the best would be, let me see, if I pull this back here, it still wouldn't look good. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a problem, but I'm sure we can solve it. Let me drag this in here a little bit. Take this one and drag it in here a little bit. Let's just put one in the middle here. Pull it in all axes like that. Press Ctrl and R3 here, press E and then F, align it with that side. And let me see. If I take these and press F, I'll just add one in here. And let me get onto the side view. Like this, I'll press G and then move this over here. Like that. I'll move it out a little bit. Take these four and press F. And let me see. I'm not so sure about a triangle being in the middle here, but let's just take these two and press F. Okay, so that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Instead, here's what I'll do. Let me press Ctrl and R3 here, and I don't know. Maybe we merge this. No, that is not a good idea. So let's take this two and press F like this. I'll press G twice and slide this down, and let's see. Okay, for now let's just continue. I'll just put one more in here. Press F twice, or just select this one and press F. So that goes all the way there nicely. Now take these two and press F twice. No, hold up. We don't have enough vertices here. So let's dissolve this. No, dissolve it. And let's add in 2 instead. Let's press G and move this to match the whole thing nicely. I'll get onto side view real quick. Press G, hold Control, and press Enter. Just make sure you have snapping elements set to face. Now take this to and press F 3 times to fill it nicely like that. Very good. So we are gonna have to do the same thing here. Let's forget about this for now. Once we're done, we'll take a look at it and see how things go. In fact, I think let me hide this. Let me press Control and R3 here. Press E and then F. Align it with this side. Let me just press G twice. Let's not align it. Let's just move it like that. Press Alt and H. Let's take these 2 and press J. So I'm gonna take these. First of all, let's take these 3 and press F. Then we'll take the last one and press F to create a quad like that. So I'll slide this here now. Take this one and slide it back a little bit like that. Which means we need another one in the middle here. So let me take all of these here. And I'm going to press G twice and slide it back here. And I'm going to press Control and R through the middle. Press E, or let's just slide it. I think that would be best. First, let me leave it in the middle like this. So, let me get into wireframe. Deselect this ones, and let's press G twice and move this also close to this side. So all that I'm going to do now, I'm going to take all of this to the bottom here. I'm going to move it in the Y axis like this, and then in the X a little bit back or forward, just to match the whole thing nicely like that. I think I need to move these as well in the Y axis, and let's do the same with this in the Y, and then in the X a little bit more in the Y like that. So that is looking good. Alright, so what are we gonna do about this one? I'm not so sure. Maybe we could just get rid of this edge loop here. So let's take this one. Okay, and then let's press G twice and slide it all the way here. And then let's take all of these here. Come on, press X and dissolve the edges. So all we're gonna do now, take this and this, press Alt M and choose at last. So now you can see we have a quad over there, and it looks great. Alright, so that worked nicely. I'll just take this one as well, all the way to here. I'll just press G twice and move it to somewhat around the middle to round it off nicely like that. So all that we're left with is this side. So first off, let me dissolve the edges just like we did with the other side. I'm going to take these two, press Alt M and choose at last. Press Shift and R to repeat it. Press Shift and R to repeat it like that. So I'll get into wireframe. We still have one more over here. Should we merge it to this one? I'm not sure. I don't think that would be a good idea. Okay, it's not a good idea. Let's just delete that vertex like that. No, this one, delete. There we go. So just press Ctrl and R, press E and then F to align with the top. And I'll take these two and press F once and press another. No, hold up. This one right here needs to go all the way up here. Alright, so let me take these two and press F like this, and I'm not sure. Let me take these two and press J to join them as well, like that. So with that done, let me just press G twice and then C. Spread this out just a little bit like that. And I want to take. Let me see. Yeah, so this one needs to go down here like this instead. So I'll take these four and press F. I'm going to take these two here and press F to join them. Press Ctrl and R through the middle. I'm going to press G and move that here. And I need to move it back a little bit to match with the whole surface here. Like this. Let me move it in the Y axis a little bit more. I'm going to take these two and press F twice to merge, to fill it in like that. And I want to take these two as well. Let me get into wireframe. Okay. And then I'll press F twice to fill it in there also like that. Now the final one, which is this one, what are we going to do about this? Let me slide this one back. I'm not sure what we're going to do about it. Let me take this one, press G twice. I'll slide it forward to here. I think we're gonna have to do the same thing. So let me just dissolve this edge. Still looks great. So I'll just slide this here a little bit, and I'll take this one and no, besides the ones below, just the one at the top, and I'll slide this back a little bit as well, like that. And what? So let me just take this one and that one, press Alt M and choose at last, like that. So with that done, we just pull this out a little bit because it's falling in too much. Or basically, here's what we can do. We can take, no, that would be a bad idea. So let's just leave it like that. We can just take this, press G twice, slide it here, G twice, and slide it back. I don't know if we can do the same thing for this one, but it might work. Let me see. Just slide it back, and then let's slide it up here a little bit, and then slightly in here, like that. Just let me slide it down instead. Yeah, nice. So that is looking good. That is looking great. Now I think we have to pull it in a little bit. Okay, it's pulling out too much, so let me just take all of these and I'm gonna pull it in the x-axis. I'll pull it in like that. Yeah, so that's much better. So just pull it in a little bit like that, and I'm gonna take all of these edge here. Just press G twice, slide it all the way up, and then G twice and slide it back like that. I'm going to press Alt and S to scale it out. Come on. Why is it doing that? Let me just press G twice and slide it down even more. Press Alt and S, and then let's scale it out like this. And make that side more rounded. Like that. Let's see if we can do the same with this side. So I'll just press, let's dissolve it. Let's put one more in there. And then press Alt and S. And then let's just bulge it out a little bit like that. Alright, that is looking good. That is looking amazing. Before we do anything, just like we did with the other side, let's move these ones also in a little bit. So I'll take it to this side and I'll move it in the y-axis. So it moves in just a little bit. Yeah, so that's better. Put one more in there. Press Alt and S to fatten it up a little bit like that. And let me do the same thing here. So add it in there, Alt and S, fatten it up a little bit like that. So I want to get in here. Let me get into wireframe. I'll take all of these, get into solid mode, pull this down to about here to almost match that area. So I'll just get in here as well, and let me take all of these, press G twice, or let me just pull it in the Z axis down like that. Alright, so that is looking great. Let's select everything, press Shift and N to recalculate the normals. What is this happening here? Why is that happening? Do you see what is going on here? I don't know what's causing that, but if I fix it, I'll let you guys know how I did it. For now, let's just move on. Let me just slide this out a little bit like that. Slide this in here a little bit. Nice. The same thing is happening here too. What could be causing it? Okay, let's hide these. Then let's get over here. Alright, so we're gonna take this, actually pulled out a little bit. Dissolve those edges, including this one. Dissolve it. Let's just press Ctrl and R through here, take these two, and press J. Let me just press Alt and H. Let me take this one again. Hide the body guides. What? Where did it go? Okay, let's take this two and move it to the collection main meshes, like that. Now let's hide the guides, because for some reason it was in the guide meshes. So there we go. Alright. So let me just get into wireframe. We're going to take all of this, and then let's pull it. I don't know, should we pull it down? Yeah, let's pull it down. Let's pull it down to there. Let me get into wireframe. I'll take this one again, pull it down as well to here. Yeah, that is looking great. look good once we finish. So hopefully you got the same result. I'm not sure if you did, but hopefully you did. And let's finish this. Let's finish this side real quick. Just get in here. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Let's take all of this. Let's get onto the side view. I'm gonna press E, and then let's extrude this down to over there, like that. Let's move it here, and then let's scale it down. And I'm gonna take, let me just add one loop cut through here, and I'll take these four and press F, and I'll take these four, nope, not that one, these four, and press F, and I'll take these two and press F. No, don't press F yet, just put one loop cut through here and do the same thing over here. So let's take both of them, and I'm going to press Alt and S to scale it out to match the ones above it, and then press F twice to fill it in like that, and do the same thing here. But I'm just going to pull this in a little bit, because I just pull it here and over here. I'll pull it out like that. And I'm going to take these two, press F twice to fill that one in as well. So what I'm going to do now is to take this, because I'm not sure, I think it needs to go down. So let's try to get it down as much as possible. Pull it down in the Z axis, and I'll pull it here, pull it in the X axis. So I'm basically trying to get it down to fit with this whole area here. So let me just press G twice and then C, slide this all the way here. No, that is not looking good. Let me get onto the side view, get into wireframe, and let's press the knife tool. Let's cut this from here, press C to constrain the cut like that all the way across, and press Z to cut all the way through, and then click and press space or enter to confirm it. Now let's take the very outer ones, no, just the outer ones, and delete them like that. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I think the time is going way too fast, so 32 minutes is enough. I will see you guys in the next video where we'll finish this and start working on the roof. So see you guys in the next video.